Yo, what's going on YouTube? I'm Orel, also known as Swag Tech, and I'm back on YouTube. I finally found a way to balance the two. I've gotten comfortable with doing the show on Vape TV. Thank you guys so much for supporting me over there. I mean, I've had a blast doing that live show, and I'm starting to work my way into this happy medium kind of flow of things. It's hard to keep up with every single thing going on, but I'm doing my best, and here we are. So, it's no secret, if you read the title, then you already know this is the review for the Golden Dragon from the vaping section Valley. It's an exclusive to them. It's an in-house made mod. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The information that I have on this mod is information that I've learned through using it. Technical specs, things like that, I've learned through using it, but there are some details that are pretty fuzzy. Some of those things would be namely the price, the packaging it will be shipped with, and things like that. All that information is definitely coming out, if it's not out by the time that I post this video. So I would definitely say at least go to Instagram.com and follow Vaping Section Valley. If you don't have access to Instagram or you're not using it, you can find them on Facebook. You can find their website, thevapingsection.com. Look for the Valley location. The information's out there. At the time of me recording this video, though, I got the mod in the mail. He asked me to test it. I put it through hell, and this is what we get. So, for the last about a month, I've had this mod, and I've only used this mod. Yeah, I stopped using my Titan. I only used the Golden Dragon. I took it with me everywhere. It's done everything with me, and now we have the review. So we're gonna go down, take a look at it, get off this grainy screen, and onto something better. Alright, so we have the Golden Dragon here. It's disassembled, and when I got it, I mean, it was fully assembled, but these are the parts that I got. From my understanding and what I've heard, or the rumors that I've heard so far, is that you're going to get both the 18350 as well as the 18650 tube. They'll come separate, and it would just be a matter of changing out caps. If I'm not mistaken, the switch may even come with it as well, but don't quote me on that. This is how I got it, and excuse my nails if you see anything underneath them. It's just because I've been polishing this guy by hand. Everything comes apart. So of course we have our 650 tube here. Not too special there. You got the place for the switch. Well, the hole for your switch. And then you have two vent holes along the side. I really like these vent holes. These are some of my favorite vent holes that I've seen as far as design wise. And once I put it all together, you'll see why I say that. This will be your bottom cap here. And it is brass, as to be expected. I didn't do such a great job polishing that guy, but you know, it'll work for right now. Top cap, which is also brass, with an adjustable center pin. That center pin is not floating, so keep that in mind. Every time you switch out, if you go from, you know, one atomizer to a Genesis to another RDA, you know, each one has their own little specifications for their 510 connection, and you'll have to adjust accordingly. What I do like about that, though, is I like the fact that I can set how deep I want my Addy or my tank to go. That way it's not necessarily sitting on the flush on the top cap, which will create heat problems in some cases. You know, you're vaping a lot, you're chain vaping, the Addy starts to get hot, it'll transfer that heat down into your mod, and you know, it may not do anything to the battery or affect the battery. I'm just better safe than sorry, and I give myself a little space. It's a force of habit. You have the switch here with the knurling locking ring there. I mean, this is pretty basic for a side switch mod at this point where we are. And really, this all comes down to performance. So, does it perform? And if it does it perform well? And that's what we're going to take a look at. So I'm going to throw this thing together. I'm going to try to stay on frame while I do so. Get that started. Goes right in. If anyone's wondering while I'm doing this, I don't use no lock. I don't. That's not. That's not a double negative. No locks. I don't use no locks on any of my threads. So this is just basically how it comes, how it arrives. No special modifications or anything. It may even, see there? I still got like polish on my threads there that definitely need to be cleaned off. But goes on clean, wraps up nicely. 18350 Golden Dragon. Now I've polished this thing quite a bit, and the logo is still dark, and I love that. It didn't wipe off. From my eyesight, it's very dark. On the camera, you're seeing a lot of the reflection from the light, but the fact is you can still see it. And if I were to grab my Nimbus, you wouldn't be able to see that one at all. But that's like a version 1.5. So I have serial number 1006. The US serial numbers will start at 1000. So I guess we can look at this like the number 6 Golden Dragon, which I'm cool with. I think that's pretty awesome. Alright, now here's the thing, and this is where this video review may be different from any other review that you will see on this mod. When I got the mod, this is all I got, 18350, right? So I'm gonna go here so you guys can see me. When I got the mod, that's all I got, 18350. That was it. So I had a Sigelei side firing mod, and I grabbed the little cheapy Sigelei ring out of there. This is the extension tube that turned the 350 into the 650. On a whim, and because I'm always putting random shit together, I gave it a shot. Because I don't too much use 350 batteries. It's just not enough power for me. When I did that, I realized that they did in fact fit. So, thanks Sigelei for letting this review happen, because if I had to review it with just an 18350, it wouldn't be an accurate review for me, because I just feel like everything was underpowered because it ain't what I'm used to. But we get to have it in 650 mode, and this is how I've been using it the entire time. So, got my GKMF here, and give this thing a check. 0.62 ohms. Not too shabby. Slide the Orbtronics battery. Hey, that Orbtronics battery is a great battery. They got them over at Fluid Vapor, and you can look up Bishop Hills here on YouTube. If you don't know who Bishop is, look up Bish, and he does an entire in-depth like review and testing of these batteries, and you'll learn a lot about battery chemistry, battery safety just from watching that, and you're gonna want one at the end. Anybody building sub-ohm builds, definitely recommend that battery. So, we got it all buttoned up with the battery inside. I'm going to take this GKMF and throw it on there. Bet you guys weren't expecting a split screen, right? It's new stuff. We're working on it. So, throw that on there and we're good to go. So I'm going to move back solely up top. We're going to do some vaping. We'll talk about my experiences with it, and we'll have some fun. I know, right? You're hearing me move. I know. It's awesome, but you can't see me. I talk a lot of trash, don't I? So it's a force of habit. Alright, so back up top. Got me in decent quality again. Welcome. Golden Dragon with the GKMF on the top, rocking a 0.6 ohm coil. This is what I'm vaping. Would be Blue Moon from Fluid Vapor. And if I'm not mistaken, let's take a look here. It's 80% VG. Those are the questions that I get later on. We want to make sure we answer those for you guys. So this is a freshly charged battery, 4.2 volts, Golden Dragon, 6 ohms, 0.6 ohms. So I'm not going to act surprised by the performance of this thing. It hits as hard as my Titan, in my personal experience. And now that I'm saying my Titan, it worked so well that I sold my Titan. Sold it to a close friend of mine, and he wanted to get into a better mechanical mod than what he had, and I didn't mind losing it. I didn't mind letting it go. I had sentimental reasons not to let it go. Like, I really wanted to hold on to it, especially all the hell I went through to get it. But I was able to just replace one mechanical mod with another and not have a problem doing so. The side switch, I mean, it works very well. I have no problems out of it. Every now and again, from locking and unlocking it, I'll unscrew the button a little bit. I'll feel it wobbling well beforehand and can tighten it down. It's not like the CCTS where, you go to lock it, next thing you know the spring falls apart and there's little parts everywhere and you're probably going to lose one. It's not like that at all. You'll feel it if it does happen. The button won't press quite right. It'll feel a little wonky. You just tighten it back down and keep going. So I'm going to give it yet another vape. I did not have it screwed all the way down. Isn't that an idea? So, do I recommend the Golden Dragon? If the 18652 that they send out performs as well as this that I've modified together, then most definitely, hands down. It's a beautiful mod, stainless steel finish. I like the brushed instead of the chrome. It matches more of the things that I have, and even the things that I have that are chrome, they don't look bad on it. The brass top caps as well as the brass button are perfect accents without being way too gaudy, and the logo is just nicely done. It's pretty and it's lasted. I haven't had any issues out of it. My camera won't focus on it right now. Oh, there it is. But I haven't had any rubbing issues. As far as durability so far, and this is going to become a big thing with me if I'm doing mechanical mod reviews, because my first mechanical mod was all about durability. Is it going to last? Because the Chinese stuff kept breaking. The durability is great. I've broken 2 GKMF tanks, and that is a modified Cardo tank on there now. I've dropped it and bent the center post. This is all attached to the Golden Dragon. I've dented and pitted in a couple of spots. On the bottom cap there, none quite on the top. So 9 times out of 10 when I drop it, it slides off me and falls on the floor. I haven't had any issues. It's solidly built. Nothing is getting loose. Nothing's falling apart. The threads are still exactly the same. Even when I'm using this cheap Sigeli, tube on the top, it's not tearing up the threads, and my top cap still threads on just fine for an 18350. So then there's that. And it works every time. So, if you've been thinking about it, you've heard about it, you wanted to know more about it, definitely check out the Vaping Section Valley. They'll give you more information. It'll just be awesome. I think they have a solidly built mod, and if the price is right, I think they'll sell a whole lot of them. Just an ass ton of them. Concerns that I have, really, there aren't any. It's a mechanical mod. Other than the fact that switch will come loose sometimes, That's really user error because when I'm trying to screw the knurling, my fat fingers are also gripping the button and kind of pulling it up tight. So that's not really their problem. I don't see it as a problem. The only problem that I can think of would be price point. I say it definitely should be affordable for what it is. It's a mechanical mod, guys. So I'd say nothing too extravagant on the price. Unless those separate tubes are coming with an extra switch or something like that, then I would completely understand. But, you know, I'm all for it at a decent price. There's really nothing left to be said about it. I mean, it is what it is. It's a great mod. It's my only high-end mechanical mod now, and it's the only one I've been using, and it hasn't failed me. So that's about it. Hey, I'm Orel, also known as Swag Tech, and this has been the Golden Dragon. Check it out, the vaping section Valley. Get your hands on one. Hey, safe clouds.